Hey everybody, I wanted to do another video and I wanted to give you guys 5 tips that I think are something that a lot of people have missed. They're very helpful and hopefully there's at least one of them that you didn't know and maybe I can help you out. The first one that I want to tell you about is if you've been running your missions and you've been running them alone, you might have noticed that they're a little too easy sometimes. And there's not a lot of enemies in the groups. They're not that high level, and if you're going in and you're just stomping and you're spending more time running from mission A to mission B in the time in between and you're just not getting much out of it, you can actually increase the level of the missions, and you can actually increase how many heroes your hero is worth. So if you wanted to run the mission like you were 3 people, then you can set it so that you're a 3-person group just alone, and then you can actually double those up and you can say that you are 2 or 3 levels higher and you're 2 or 3 people. So depending on how much you want to hurt yourself, you can run these missions and you can increase the difficulty until you find what works for you. Now there's an actual person you can go to do this, and you're going to click on them and you're going to ask them to do these things. But what a lot of people don't know is you can actually just come down here, you click this little bubble right here, go over to set Notoriety, and that's really all you have to do. You can adjust your level right from here. You select, and if things are actually too tough, you can even decrease your level. You set your team size, so if I want to be equal to 4 different people, I can say that. Maybe I don't want bosses in my missions. If they're too difficult, I can just click that on or off. And if I want arch villains in my missions, I can set it to elite bosses or arch villains, and they are, they're much tougher. So depending on how strong your character is, you can do it right from here. And as long as the mission hasn't actually launched, the effect should be instant, and then when you go in, there you go. Another one is, earning money in this game seems like it could be a problem. Some of your enhancements are more expensive than the amount of influence, of which is this game's money. You don't earn enough of it quick enough to fully slot out your powers. I mean, you can look at all the different enhancements you need, and even this character who's, he's almost 30, I haven't even gotten around to putting everything in my powers. Now, one of the things that you may actually be carrying around, which could be pretty valuable, is click on your salvage, and you're going to look for rare salvage. And right now, I mean, this will change and it'll fluctuate, but rare salvage is exactly what it says. It's pretty rare. Like when you're playing, I find maybe 1, maybe 2 over 20 levels, and those levels go quick, but it's something you're not going to have a lot of, which means they're valuable, and they're going to be this color. Reward merits aren't it, but I don't actually have one in my inventory, but they'll be that orangey brown color. And if you have one, you can type in \AH. You'll bring up this menu right here, and you can click the salvage that you want to sell. You bring it over here, you drop it, and then you type in how much it goes for. If it's a rare salvage, it can show you over here in this window how many have been bought and sold. And see, these go for about 10,000, but rare salvage goes for almost 1 million. So 900,000 to 1 million right now. And again, those will change, but that can really help you get started to beef up your character earlier in the game, and it'll help you get to max level so you can actually start farming money and doing things like that. So that can be a really good boost to your character. Another thing I wanted to show you is what's called the pay-to-win character, or the field agent here. And despite the name, there are some things on here that aren't necessarily pay-to-win. These were back when the game actually had some paid features, but they don't anymore. So you just click on her, you come to show me your wares, and right now there's a new thing where you can adjust your XP so you can gain more XP, but you get less influence, so you'll get less money. So if you already have a lot of influence, or if you're just really trying to get a character to higher level, then that's what you need to do. You can buy a couple of these. Then you're going to come down to prestige enhancements, And there's 5 of these, and what they are is they are a basic, they're kind of like a level 1 damage enhancement, and they also have recharge in them, and they don't decay. So these are really nice to have at low levels. So just go ahead and get all 5 of those, and you can use them. And if you have to delete them or replace them, you can always come back and buy them again. But you can't have more than 5. They're unique. The other thing is you come over here to Prestige Powers, and if you want, you can scroll down, and there's a few attacks you can have. I think you can get 3, and I think you have 5 to choose from. You've got the Sands attack. It's like a fast punching attack. You've got the axe. Then you've got 2 ranged ones here, the Nemesis Staff and the Black Wand. And those are good for when you're low level and you don't have a lot of attacks, especially if you're playing a tank and you want to get all your defenses first. You don't want to just spend 20 or 30 levels just hitting things with Brawl and your basic attack. So I would get those and use them until you don't need them anymore. You can get these pets here, and they don't have very many hit points and they die really easily, but while they're out they just follow you around and give you a small buff. So if you want those are free. And then if you come down here, there's a jump pack or steam pack. You pick between those, and that's like a 30-second fly ability almost, so that can help you get around the city. And Beast Run and Ninja Run are 2 powers that stack with Sprint, so they kind of help you just run faster, jump higher, and those are nice when you don't have a travel power. I mean, once you get Fly or Teleport, Super Speed, stuff like that, then you won't need them, but until then they're nice to have. And then the only other one I really bother with is if you come down here, you get to choose between these 3. Inner Inspiration is a 30-minute cooldown, and it gives you 3 inspirations. I don't really find that helpful. Mystic Fortune is a random buff that you can give to someone else, and Secondary Mutation is a random buff that you can give yourself, and also has a chance to give you a debuff for a minute where you basically can't attack and you can't do anything. So I wouldn't use it right in the middle of a fight or anything. But the Pay-to-Win vendor over here, she's got some nice things to kind of help you get started on a character, and then I would just take them out of your arsenal as you get higher level. The other thing I wanted to say, I guess tip number 4, is Respecs. These are a thing that you used to have to run a trial and you could rebuild your character from scratch, but now they are given to you every 10 levels, or at least there's one at level 10, and Respecs are kind of a big deal. And they also give you back your enhancements, so if you're using invention enhancements, I wouldn't delete them, I wouldn't sell them. If you ever need to get them back, you can do a respec and just put them into your inventory and hold on to them. And if you click some of the people that level you, they won't say anything about it, so you actually have to just type /RESPEC. You type /respec, hit enter, and then you will just start like you're making a new character. You'll choose your first power, you'll choose your second powers, and you'll go in, and when you're done doing that, you'll put your slots into your enhancements or into your powers, and when you're done, you'll just be a brand new character. I mean, you'll be back to your level, but you can skip powers that you didn't want if it was something that you made a mistake on. Also, and this is something that they do mention, is dual builds. You actually, so like if you were a tank and you wanted to be the best tank there was, you could just do all defense, but then if you're fighting things on your own, you kind of want to throw in some more damage, you can come over here and you can talk about multiple builds here. Select or rename your active build. I've already made 2 of them, so I have a human form for this character and like a shifter where I go back and forth. And once you've made these, some people come over here and they click this to switch, but you actually don't need to do that. There's a command for it, and you just type /select /select build space the number, and hit enter, and see all my powers, they go back to like they've been spent and I have to wait for them. But I just switched builds just with a command, and it has a 1 minute cooldown, so you can't necessarily do it in the middle of a fight, but it's something you don't have to go back to the trainer to do each time. So those are just some tips that I wanted to show you guys, some beginner tips to get you started. But hopefully there was at least one in there that you didn't know, and hopefully I helped you out. Hope you have fun. Alright, bye.